Hello, everyone, and thanks for being here. And woo, what a day! And great energies all around coming in. I'm sure many of you are feeling them despite the low light photonic energy. Hi, Simone. Good to see you, girl. Thanks for joining. Uh, Many things are currently happening with the energies, but what I'll do is I'll leave that for the last part. What I wish to say, what we're seeing is things beginning to surface more widespread and more concretely into the masses about the ships, which is an excellent thing, as you know. Um, so, having said that, and Gina Colvin, if she is watching this, she is doing such an amazing job with her phone and her apparatus at getting actual captures of the interdimensional ships. So, as we know, we can see them, certain ones of us can, and some cannot, but it's great to have ones doing work like Gina and sharing what she's able to do. I'll also mention Lexi Lee. She is on Facebook. That is her profile name. And in the past, she has had many amazing captures as well. She can see the ships and quite cool experiences too. So, the ship thing coming out to the media a little bit, whatever you may wish to look at it, but some of that info is coming out, which is great, and great timing with it. So we're beginning the tour, 29th in Kelowna, tentatively that weekend. Uh, there will be actually four of us that will be there. So we have a team of three that is funded by you, all of you, and so many more. And I thank all of us for coming together, to make this happen as quickly as we can. But I just put out uh, a couple maps on my timeline here of the route that we'll be tentatively taking. And the dates are also on the areas of anticipated gatherings where we'll have them at. So it'll be a great reference point for each one of you, perhaps, to look at for your area. Now, with the maps I just put out, I said if required. Now, there's an important reason why I said if required. Uh, as a result of beginning and setting up what we're about to do with all these gatherings, just in the last week, so many things are changing on the timelines already in anticipation for it, but also setting up many good things. So, what I wish to say with that, and it's always been, once we reach such a collective vibration that you could trigger 0 point or the great event, what many of you are familiar with. And having said that, that can happen and may happen in the blink of an eye. So we're embarking upon this mission, and the intent is to assist as many as we can in raising their vibration and empowering them to the fullest, and to assist with bringing more of their gifts online. And as we do that, it is immediately reflected out into the Christ consciousness and the collective, but it has an effect on the overall planet or surface. So this is not just for ones that are awakened, it's for the masses as well to assist with that. We are changing everything, as you all know, and we are integrating many new things there. And every time we put an intent towards a significant goal like that, you will begin to see realities change to reflect these sort of things. So you always get your confirmations when you become more attuned at identifying them and recognizing them. You know, for some of what I would say the third wave and the fourth wave of ones being awakened, well, you know, they have not been in this very long to know how to use their gifts, but very rapidly, because of all of you and everyone in this ascension, by having the information out there for them, they rapidly excel. So it's beautiful with that. And that's what this is all about. We're changing uh, everything that occurred here on the surface. We're wiping out the slavery and, you know, the great equal wealth for all. And as many of you know, there should not be at this time, it's ridiculous to even have poverty and see people starving. And also the great things, what was done by the let's say the Catholic Church and some other satanic religions as well. So we're stopping all of that, and that's what we're here for, and protect the children and the individuals going forward. And let's say we are just we're cleaning everything up here, and no stone goes untouched with this. And, you know, having said this, some of you may have noticed some that were commenting about Agoracom and an investment I was in. Just to give you a little bit more light on that, um, there were thousands in that particular investment, but many more in likewise investments. But it was during that investment that all of the corruption was revealed, what actually goes on in the markets in the financial system, but there's just so much documentation from that and many other things. So when you see some of these coming up, you know, saying about, you know, Rick, look at his stuff, you know, he's crazy or whatever, what they actually are is they're part of an intentional fear mechanism that is designed to try to protect the old way. So a lot of these also are paid trolls, and so there are many fears with that. But let me say this while I'm on this subject. For any of you that are very afraid that are still part of that corruption, uh, the ones I'm speaking to, they're already awakened. We already know this, that everything is corrupt. So again, the whole systems will need to change drastically, temporarily, till they are gone. So let me say the light has won all of this, and with the transition, so you just continue to implode with that respect. But you know, you can be afraid and have your worries, if you will, but there was no stopping this. For the instance, if you could have, or for an example, and this is speaking to part of the darkness, if you could have stopped this, so much wouldn't have been revealed. So it's futile for you to continue with your desperate attempts on things. And also a direct message, what I will say here, and please everyone watch this, you attempted to take this physical life of mine several times. You did not succeed. After a couple times, I said, I cannot be intimidated nor killed. Now, remember what I said, and that holds true. So, thank you. So, with that, now we continue on raising everyone up. So, have no fear whatsoever. And also, you know, there's many more that over the course of the last few years that have been targets as well, you know, that went in and had that experience to reveal all the corruption. So the amount of whistleblowers and documentation that's coming out, hey, it's over. It's over for the darkness, and that's what it is. So I'll get back on topic here. Thank you. I love you all. Um, so on my way to Kelowna, I anticipate leaving shortly. I put out the map. I'm recently in the Vancouver area, and I'll be en route towards Kelowna. Now, It's tentatively about a week from now when we'll have the first gathering, if we even need the first one. There could be a lot of magic happen between now and then. However, anyone watching this, if you are in between here in Kelowna, I strongly suggest to get a hold of me through PM on Facebook here, uh, if you wish to meet up. What I can do till we get to a main gathering place, as I mentioned, is we can have some one-on-ones or 3 or 4 get together prior to that main event in Kelowna. And now this also holds true and likewise between Kelowna and Calgary. We have a couple areas. You have the route we'll be going through Golden, I believe, maybe the Revelstoke area. Um, I just have to look at the route, but Banff, Canmore. So we have a week set up between each place. So any of you interested in getting together, just let me know with that. Now, please understand as well that the Wi-Fi that I get right now, it's free Wi-Fi when I get it. So having said that, unless we're anticipating having our Wi-Fi with us when my administrator gets there, that we'll have a more fuller contact with you. But for the meantime, till we get things set up with that, I need to stop at places to get Wi-Fi, and I only have my primitive phone. So just bear with me if I don't readily get back to you right away. So thank you. So the intent is, been very busy. We've been organizing this to have the greatest vibrational impact. So we want to reach as many as we can. So that's why we have what you would call like a business model at promoting. But essentially it's not about the money. As you know, we are all volunteering ourselves to do this, and you guys are assisting and funding us to do this, and that's what it's about. It's about the people, not the money, so that we raise everyone up so they're not financially burdened and controlled by the money, so that we can move humanity into civilization and out of the ridiculous savagery of being required to work for money all your life and not living to keep it essentially simple, if you will. So that is our idea, right? So we're going to be reaching ones that are just awakening, and also ones that are fully advanced. So having said this as well, is that this is all inclusive. This is an Ascension community. These are gatherings for anyone awakening, and anyone that may have an interest that's not even awakened. And this is what we're doing. We're sharing every bit of information that we can on this to all, so that they have the information to empower themselves as well. So there is nothing selfish about this. As you see, I and the rest of the team, we are putting ourselves out there, our energy out there, to assist all of humanity and more. Whatever we need to do, whatever it takes, and whatever we can do, if we even need to go that far. But at least we got it in motion. We are not stagnant. We are doing something about it. And at this point, anyone around the world that is watching this, I strongly suggest for you to do the same things if you feel compelled to and it resonates. Get your communities together and get out there and raise the vibration. If it takes having gatherings and transferring all the codes in the physical, just go and do it, is what I strongly suggest. Many of you are tired and have been waiting for years, so we don't stop. Let's keep going forward with this. And it's so great. I've seen many gatherings in the last year, some goddess gatherings, which is beautiful, and smaller gatherings. It all has an effect. Some of you at this time are so powerful that it only takes 2 of you to come together to emit a huge power and make a difference where you're at. I actually met with two beautiful divine comrades last night, last evening. I last saw them around February, and I have to say, wow, I was just totally impressed how much they had empowered themselves since that last time. One beautiful lady with her telepathy coming online more, clairaudience. The other lady, when I first met her, she really was not, let's say, at that time, I didn't feel much energy from her because she was just beginning. But let me say, last night, very impressive. And to witness and see this advancement, it's just so beautiful. And I love it. And all of you know that it is true. So I thank both that I met with last night. Very powerful, very beautiful. So it's it's a great thing for all. This is for all, and the combining of your energy in small groups, even two of you, it changes and has an effect on the outside reality. So, oh, that perhaps you're much more powerful than what you thought, and it is true now. So for many to have gatherings, get together, empower each other, share all the gifts that you have, all of the information. When everyone's all informed with this, then boom, you keep going ahead further. So great. Okay, what else I got right down here? I got to light up a smoke. I'm still smoking cigarettes, and I pay for my own cigarettes on this Ascension tour. To get that clear, that is not an expense to that. And even though these are natural cigarettes, they at some point will be going for I as well. Just not time yet. I guess it's what I'm told by Father. It's something like a grounding agent. I still need something, I guess, to keep me down here lower. As ridiculous as that may sound, that's what I'm told, and that's what I go with. Um, so Okay, so this is a sponsor donation thing, what we are doing. As you know, we've had some great, nice sponsors contributed in there. We have a very good, at this time, we have a very good base of funding here to begin with. It's going to take us through a long way, which is very beautiful. But let me say with this that it's all of you as the community, as we know, that is doing this. So even though us volunteers are putting ourselves on the road, it would not be possible if it was not for the rest of the community. So you know all this old, old stuff. We're all one with this, and we're doing it together. But again, I wish to thank all of you for stepping up to the plate, and wishing for the quickest action and supporting a thing all together in unity. So we are all together and on the road. If we need to continue on the road, we will be giving you as much feedback as we can, and sharing what we can with you, and showing, perhaps new other ones that may come in and join as well, whatever we need to do. And as much as we can share, we will be doing that. So it's and again, it's all because of we want this. Everyone wants it so bad. I had attempted to do this on my own dime back in December. I had a lot of money saved up, enough that would have pushed me down into the U.S. for 3 months. But as you know, I did not. They would not let me get through the border after three attempts. I was denied 3 times, and I'm saying, I come back and say, Dad, what's going on there? But anyways, it was very, at this time, just the other, or maybe a few weeks ago, I was given more information, and I know that timing was perhaps not correct, because I could not go forward because of something that had to occur with there was other ones also that needed to get their inner work done so that we could take this to the level. So everything works out perfect with this, and it did. It just sometimes I'm not given the information at the moment, the reason why, and sometimes it comes a little bit later. So because with creation, this is how it works. I draw on the awakened part of the consciousness that I need, what I need for operating here. And I know the script, if you will, of what will be going on in the future. However, I don't have that in the awakened consciousness because I'm connected to all of you. And if we were to know certain things, it would affect greatly what we would do in the future, to just try to keep it simple. So that's why everything is in perfect divine order with this, because we also need to have a certain amount of respect to the degree of some that may not be going, so that their human experience stays intact and unaltered by what we do. So we navigate and we do our ascension work at a level that they are not that they cannot easily see. So there's a couple things going on, but I don't wish to complicate that much at this time, because things let's see, I can say this: things are not in the higher realms like you actually think they are from the human perspective. One of the best ways to understand more what's going on is to become familiar with timelines and perhaps other aspects of you. That's what I will say with that. But and then you'll come perhaps at a better understanding of what occurs, and also why some may be staying and you may be going somewhere else. So it's a lot of cool things play out with that, with the dimensions and the timelines. Very important. Um, so, as we go along, there will be new things discussed, because we are constantly evolving as well as this consciousness, and as the overall collective. So what is occurring is, the stronger you become, new things come into this reality. And where everything is energy, the new things are going to be with the energy in the lines of your gifts, your merkabas, and your power. So there's many new explanations to come. Before, you had theories on how things work. You might have drawn conclusions, but where we're going forward, you've got to let that all go and go forward with an open mind, experience what you need to with the energies, but be fully open that you can have most of experience with it. Because with this ascension, there are some very, let me say, important things that you will be learning about energy. And it is connected to your empathic abilities. It is connected to your light body, your kundalini, while you are here. And you need to keep in mind that you are indeed all one. But once you become a stronger collective, you have a telepathic communication, not only from the mind, but from sensations and feelings and all of this. It becomes all inclusive. And, during the time of that transition into that all inclusiveness, there comes a period you may feel vulnerable from energy, but it has to occur. If you're not introduced to the energy, then you don't know about it yourself. So this is why you've got to keep an open mind, and do not try to understand things from a human logic. You need to know that you are transitioning beyond that, perhaps superhuman consciousness. And that is the best way to keep open with it, what I suggest. Now, each does their own in their development, and what they feel guided to do and what resonates with them. But as anyone knows, with this awakening, it's best not to draw any conclusions or to go into anything with a preconceived notion. The quickest way to excel is to keep an open mind and just keep looking at the experiences, analyzing them, take what holds true for that moment, but be ready to get a new truth the higher you go up. So just simply keep open is the best way. You learn much quicker because with this ascension as well, as everyone knows, you learn by experience, by feeling, by seeing, and you need those in the human form to have your own profound experiences so that it will integrate and then you will believe it, but you'll also create it and bring it so and take yourself back to that. So it's great. So many new topics, if we need to, will be discussed there and shared at the gathering. So we're ever evolving, and we're always in this now. So having said that, I'm here right now. But let's say a day's time, there could be something new occur with the collective. So we're ever evolving, and it's best to keep up to date on what is trans.